if you feel stuck with no idea what you should do next, lifestyle, celebrity, and TV pioneer Debbie Travis's new book is for you. It draws on tough and sometimes hilarious lessons that she learned in her own leap into a new way of living and a multitude of stories, tips, and ideas to jumpstart your dreams.
She's created an inspiring roadmap for change. Please welcome the incredible Debbie Travis live from London. Good morning, sweet Debbie.
Good morning.
Oh, it's so good to see you. Well, it's good afternoon there. What up? It's so good to see you. First of all, I love how you're keeping us posted on social media. You are showing beautiful pictures of pollution-free London blue sky.
I know.
I know.
It's incredible. We've had a very warm spring, which is kind of bizarre in a way. I mean, look at the sky, but there's no pollution. So it looks like the Caribbean, you know? It's like, it's amazing. Well, that's Italy, actually. Those pictures are Italy.
Yeah, we had a montage.
Yeah, a little montage. But it's been, you know, in one way it's been great because, you know, the weather's fabulous. But on the other, if you can't go out, what's the point?
I know. But you have been helping out a lot, and I love that, too. You talk about a neighbor who you've been checking in on.
Yeah.
Let's talk about her a bit.
Well, we've got, it's really interesting because I'm working on the next book, which is really about bringing what we do in Tuscany home. This is for next year. And it turns out there's a really fabulous old lady across the street. I live in this like little back street in London, you know, like typical row houses. Anyway, there's a woman here. She's 95, amazing shape, bright as a button. But she came here in 1947. After the war, just after the war finished, the Second World War, and she married a British soldier. And it was so funny because I've started to interview her for the book, so now I'm keeping an eye on her. But I said to her, what did you think when you came to England from Rome of the English food? Because now it's not so bad, but in those days it was pretty overcooked. And she said, oh, it was fantastic. And I said, what, English food? And she said, well, yeah, because we didn't have any in Rome, you know, because it was the war. So that was really cute. But I keep an eye on her, you know, she forgets about the distancing thing. But so I have to keep my mask on and hand her, I take up flowers and a bit of my food. But, and I've got my future sister-in-law on the next street. So she's just come in, she's a humanitarian. So she came in from Africa. So she was isolating, so I had to leave her food. So I've become this little kind of busybody on the street helping everybody. So it keeps you busy, right?
It's amazing. And we see that you're really missing your Tuscan villa. We saw you pivot, and that's what you talk about in designing your next chapter within the book. If people are home right now thinking, I want to live my best life, I want to seek out that passion that maybe, you know, other life stuff got in the way of, you suggest this is a great time to do it.
Well, it's funny because we've been gifted this time, which I hope everybody's really starting to appreciate that. Oh, that's the kind of great aerial shot of the villa and everything. But so we've been given this time because we all have these ideas in our heads, what we want to do next, where we want to go. You know, if we want to, you know, maybe we're an empty nester or early retirement or we hate our jobs. And we all have a dream, but we're just too busy all the time. You know, we're constantly thinking, you know, where do I go next? But I don't have time to get it down on paper. Well, now we do, right? So now we have this all day, 24 hours a day. And, you know, you can't keep doing banana bread. Honestly, don't leave me any more banana bread on my doorstep, anybody. But it's like, you know, I can't get anything on. I'm terrified of getting my jeans on. So it's like, yeah, sweatpants all the way. But so I think the book came out last year, but now the paperback just came out now, and the timing is fantastic because it's actually a workbook. So you can write in it, you can make notes. And a lot of people, every day, hundreds of people are writing to me going, actually, I'm even reading it differently than I did when I got the hardback last year. And you can fill in the places in the book. You can write your thoughts down, your fears, what worries you. And this book is about my journey of kind of making this leap from a very, very busy television career into kind of running a hotel and retreats in Tuscany, and it wasn't easy. And but how did I do it financially? How did I do it time-wise? How did I create that bridge from one world to another? And you know, it's like you may have a job in the bank, but you want to have your own little coffee shop. But it's not easy. But I try and tell you the ups and downs of my world, and then I started to be attracted to all the stories of other people who'd done this around the world, of all ages. So I interviewed many people, and they're in the book as well. So there might be a 28-year-old who ended up running a post office in Antarctica, or, you know, somebody who had a career that in the end, it just felt like deja vu every day. It was the same old, same old, same old. And then I give you the tips, because I don't think there's much point in writing a book if you don't help people how to do it. Because a lot of people say, well, I've got a mortgage, I've got 4 kids, or, you know, how do I? So I try to be helpful.
Speaking of kids, you have 2 incredible sons. They're all grown now. And I recently was able to meet one, Max, who's an incredible photographer. He's doing a series while people are social distancing. He's as lovely as you are. And I know they're camera shy, but Sweet Dee, take a look at this.
I want to see it.
Hey, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. I told you I wouldn't forget. Thanks, Dina. Chat to you soon. I love you. Can't wait to see you.
Oh, he did it! Max is the best! Oh, I know, right? Sweet Deb. I said life is filled with too few wonderful surprises, and I know this would be one. And I just want to send you all the love from Max. As you can see there, he loves you and misses you. And we love you. We love you here across the country. Deb, thank you for all that you do for us.
Thank you. That was such a treat. I didn't expect it.
Good.
and he washed his hair. Yeah. But, you know, I want to do a shout out. I know we hear all the time about all these mums at home who are struggling with their small children at home. But I want to do a shout out for all the mums who don't have their kids with them. You know, it's so hard. I mean, it's so painful, you know, and I'm finding I'm talking to them more. You know, we're Skyping and we're Zooming and we're doing all this stuff. Yeah. But it's really hard for a lot of mums. And, you know, we had Mother's Day in March in England, and it had just hit then. The lockdown came down, and it was, you're going to have this on it's this Sunday, right, in Canada?
Yeah.
Is it? Yep. Thank you for reminding my children. You know, they showed all these heartbreaking pictures of people, you know, up against the windows talking to their mothers, and people who couldn't get near their mums. And it's hard. It's really, really tough. And so this is going to be a very different Mother's Day from normal times. And, you know, I've got another child in Africa who is a humanitarian, and he's so far away, and he's in the thick of it. With a big humanitarian agency, but it's, you know, it's hard on mums. It's this year. How could you do that to me?
I'm so sorry, Deb. Listen, it fills you up, and it's how we get through, is sharing, as you always do. We love you so much. Love to you and all of your family. Thanks again to Max. He's awesome, just like his mom. Apple doesn't fall from the tree.
No, not at all. DebbieTravis.com is where everyone can get more information. Thank you again for joining us.
We love you, sweet Debbie. Stay well.
Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to everybody for Sunday.
Hope to see you soon. We'll be back to take your questions and calls.
Yeah, from